Alright. Look, when I go online to look at the Street Fighter 6 patch notes, whenever there's anything that has to do with modern, the people just like don't read it. So I'm here, I play modern Manon. I'm not that good, but these are my initial thoughts about the patch notes. I'm like platinum something, which is again not that good, but yeah, I'm the only person you've got basically. Nobody else cares about modern controls. Manon patch notes, modern. It seems like the main thing is that whiff punishing. If you ask me the question, has Manon been buffed or nerfed or not changed at all? I would say massively buffed. I feel like modern Manon just got way better, bro. Like, I haven't tried it out, but it seems like I got buffed in ways that I don't even like care about. Okay, and I'll get into that. But the main thing, it seems, is that whiff punishes are easier. Here's my question. That little Manon punch where she like reaches in and grabs and then pulls out for the second hit, that was already kind of my whiff punish move. Okay, taking my control stick and going like this into heavy sweep, like on reaction, is so much harder than just hitting this button. If I want to punish, if I'm like sitting here and blocking, I can just go B, 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 B. I know it says circle, but I can just hit this button instead of sweeping. And now on punish counter, which is when I was using this move anyway, gets me like a better Oki than sweep. What's the point of sweep anymore? You know what I mean? So I feel like I got buffed. I've been trying to use that move more. And it makes that other Manon move, I don't even know what the controls are for classic controls because I don't play that shit. Only don't play that way. That little like spinning high kick where she like kicks people in the head type. She looks like a top. She looks like a spinning top. It's very spammable. You see Manon spam that shit. Whatever move that is, that I was always like, I don't get that on modern, and that's a nerf to modern. Right? I was like, that move seems really good, but I don't get it on modern. And they just gave me something better. This heavy punch is better than that move. I don't have to drive rush. They're just on top of me on knockdown. And additionally, if you look at page 2, out of the way. The Altair. Now, at first I didn't know what it was talking about, really. But on block, you don't want to do this on wake up. So on wake up, it's good to do a little low kick. When I play Zangief, and if it was my opponent's Oki, it's good to mix in little low kicks. Just a little low kick to get him out. This move is not for that. Altair is not for that. Still use the light crouching light kick. Crouching light kick is better on wake up. You want to wake it up, just crouching light kick. You can hit R. I mean, you can hit jab after it, and it's safe. Whereas with this one, if you wake up with the medium low, or even the light low with the R2 button, which on modern is like the assist button. If you hit R2 and the light kick button, it gives you the low kick into upswing combo. The low kick into that anti-air upswing combo, which we don't want. Because we're super punishable if it's on block. But this one, crouching light kick, I should have been doing this from the beginning. This change has nothing to do with this. The patch didn't make it so that suddenly I now should be using this. I should have already been using it. But the patch brought it to my attention even more. The patch made it even better. I was like, okay, I should try that more. And now I'm like, wait a minute. I should have just been doing that the whole fucking time. But I said the tear change doesn't matter, but it does. It matters better on whiff punish. It's a hard knockdown on punish counter. Okay, and the medium jab has like the same range almost as the heavy punch, as that heavy like reach in. So this move is actually even better than heavy punch. If you get a whiff punish there, it's a hard knockdown. They can't roll backwards. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. I could be wrong. I'm not that good at this game. But Manon seems like she got super buffed. The only things that got hurt were like things that modern Manon didn't have any access to anyway. I don't get medium punch, crouching medium punch. Just don't get that move. Who gives a shit what that move does? Oh, it gets nerfed? I don't care. I play modern. The aerials thing is also very interesting. I would think I would have... The most important thing, if you play modern Manon, the most important thing to know is that the number one aerial move that you still use, the number one aerial move that you should be using is the same. The controls have stayed the same. For that little heavy scissors kick where she like closes her feet at somebody, the jumping aerial heavy punch, that stayed the same. It's the same. It hasn't changed. That's what's good. Now, the cross-up move has changed. The medium kick stuff, the medium aerial, like, didn't matter. That it was like she like kicks her foot out. It's good for anti-airing. It's a good air-to-air. But you don't use it that much. Or I didn't use it that much. But the cross-up move where she sticks her knee out and her back foot way backwards and her arm, she looks like she's in warrior pose, yoga warrior pose, except with her front foot pulled in. That's the cross-up move. That one you have to use R2 with now. If you want that good cross-up move, which is R2 light, it was just light kick, aerial light kick, but now you have to do R2 to get the cross-up move. That's the one that hits behind her the best. So I have to get used to that. Is there anything else that matters? Or that I should say? No. With the drive parry changes, the Manon minigame, I call it the Manon minigame, where you mix up that OD overhead, I think it was back heavy OD, would give you that big overhead axe kick, and you mix that up with back Y, which would give you that spin on the ground. That little mini game, which I didn't really play that much, I should play more, but I don't really do it that much. That mini game did get buffed. Okay, technically it got buffed by the drive parry change. You can't just parry either one. I guess you couldn't really parry either one anyway, but it did get a little bit better. But does that change anything for me specifically? I don't think so. I don't think it changes anything for me. This part, ignore this part down here. I didn't really use it. I should use it more. But that move is so committal. That move where you like do the splits on the ground and you spin around. It made it better by making it harder to parry, to perfect parry, but it's still like your opponent still gets a full punish if they block it. Like if they just low block it, they still get the full punish. Like it's still it hits or I get killed move. So this change doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't change that fact, and that fact is really all that matters. If they block it, I die. If they block that, do the splits on the ground and spin at them, if they block that move, I'm dead anyway. If they block the big overhead, I'm dead anyway. The parry change to it doesn't really make any difference. So now they nerfed medium punch in Burnout. That bullshit Manon did in Burnout. Now I don't care about that either. I never used that. I don't give a shit about that move. I never gave a shit about that. I'm not doing that on Burnout. I'm trying to get a grab. Jabbing you on block a bunch of times just to like upset you just because I think it's funny. The main benefit of that little jab lock in Burnout, where she just goes like this over and over again, is that it's like kind of funny. It's a little bit tilting. That's it. I don't care about that move getting nerfed. They can take that move out of the game by a mile. If they're going to give me a hard knockdown on jab, punish counter medium jab, punish counter heavy punch gives me a knockdown, are you shitting me? This is an insane buff. If you're sitting there playing Manon, modern Manon, I feel like you just got buffed. No joke, no doubt. These are the main ways. The aerial stuff is not that important. You want your strong, yeah. Getting new aerials doesn't really seem. I don't think that matters to me. I like the new assisted heavy, the R2 heavy, where she like slaps you into the ground. It seems disrespectful, so I like it. I'm gonna try to hit people with that, but it doesn't seem useful. It doesn't seem any better than the jumping light kick, the cross-up kick, the cross-up knee, I call it, the cross-up knee, where she sticks her knee out. That move is really good as an air-to-air. So I don't really need this. But whatever. I am going to try to use this new R2 heavy punch in the air. It looks good. It looks good. That's the one to try. And to remember that your main move didn't change. Your R2, your cross-up move did change. Remember to hit R2 if you want to do the cross-up knee. But anyway, big buffs. Big buffs. I'm going to get so many Okies. The amount of Okies I'm going to get is bananas. I'll get to play that neutral game where making that pull-in heavy punch give me Oki is bonkers. Anyway, that's it for modern Manon. That's what I think. Now, I'm not that good at the game, so I could be wrong, but that's what I think.